Stop blindly trusting Statistic Canada. The data has been contaminated by woke ideology, and you are going to be stunned. When we lose sight of reality, we eventually lose our society as well. And what is happening in Canada right now shows exactly how far this madness is spreading. First, let me explain what recently happened in Quebec. On July 2nd, the Granby Police Service issued an appeal for potential victims of Emma Grégoire, who is facing multiple charges related to alleged sexual offenses involving two children, aged 4 and 6, as well as possession and production of child sexual abuse and exploitation material. Throughout the entire press release, the accused is referred to using female pronouns and feminine terminology. Yet, if you read carefully, the release mentions that Emma also used the name Cédric, all without ever stating that the individual is a transgender woman or a biological male who identifies as a woman. Interestingly, the police service disabled the comment section only under this particular post. The woke media then reported the story without doing basic journalistic research and once again demonstrated their intellectual dishonesty. They simply repeated the information provided by police, referring to the person as a woman, while also mentioning that the accused was previously known as Cédric and that the police release did not specify how Emma Grégoire identified in 2022 and 2023. It took me 5 minutes of research to find the accused's Facebook account, which shows the person as a man who has identified as a woman since 2020. So for the people who only read the headline and the first paragraph, the message is pretty clear. A woman named Emma is accused of committing sexual crimes against children. But how is this information supposed to inform the public when such a fundamental fact is being hidden from them? Sexual crimes committed by women are extremely rare. According to Statistics Canada, in 2024, women represented only around 4% of people accused of sexual crimes involving children. But I remain skeptical of these numbers, and in a minute, you will understand exactly why. So stay tuned. I contacted the Granby Police Service to find out which detention center this individual is being held in, a men's facility or a women's facility. Police refused to disclose that information. Listen. Sending a man known to have sexually abused children into a women's prison where vulnerable women are being held and that children are also visiting raises serious security concerns. We are putting vulnerable women at risk. And according to the Correctional Service of Canada's own website, an inmate may be placed in either a men's or women's institution based on gender identity, regardless of biological sex or the sex marker listed on official documents. This is pure madness. I also question police about why they exclusively used female pronouns and never mentioned that the person is biologically male or at the very least that the individual is a transgender woman. Listen carefully.
Je peux pas je peux pas commenter davantage, là. Donc, la question qu'on avait par rapport à si elle était détenue ou dans quelle institution, ça, c'est le genre de choses que je peux pas répondre, malheureusement. C'est pas le genre d'information que je peux révéler pour le moment. Je suis pas autorisée à mentionner ces informations-là. Si vous voulez plus de détails, je peux voir avec ma supérieure qu'est-ce qu'on peut donner comme détails, mais c'est sûr qu'à brûle pour point, je peux pas commenter en lien avec ça.
Vous avez écrit il a aussi utilisé le nom de Cédric Grégoire et de Cédric Grégoire, de deux manières différentes de l'écrire, mais vous continuez d'utiliser les pronoms « elle » comme si c'était une femme.
Voulez-vous que je fasse des démarches et que je vous revienne par rapport à ça, si on peut donner une réponse ou pas? Là, je peux pas vous dire pour le moment.
Ben, j'aimerais ça, oui.
Oui, Joanie Goulet du service de police, on s'est parlé il y a quelques minutes. Oui, fait que j'ai effectué là, les vérifications que je pouvais faire dans le dossier. En fait, le but là, de notre publication, c'est vraiment la recherche de victimes potentielles. Donc, c'est vraiment là-dessus que nous, on veut focusser là, par rapport à notre sortie médiatique. Je détiens pas l'information, là, le pourquoi elle a été nommée pour comme elle ou comme il. Donc, nous, dans le dossier, l'enquête déterminait à ce moment-là, c'est les informations là, que les enquêteurs détenaient à ce moment-là étant le but de rechercher le plus de victimes possible, s'il y en a, en fait. Donc, c'est l'information qu'on possède, puis je pourrais pas commenter le choix du il ou du elle ou de pourquoi à ce moment-ci.
OK. Bon. Ben d'accord. C'est juste parce que je trouvais ça étrange. La police est là justement pour donner les faits pour justement que les gens soient capables de savoir à qui ils ont affaire en tant que criminels, mais sauf qu'il leur manque une partie de l'information, tu sais.
Mais en fait, moi, comme je vous dis, les informations qu'on détient à ce moment-ci au niveau de l'enquête, c'est celles qui sont publiées, qu'on peut donner au niveau du public pour la recherche de victimes potentielles. Donc, nous, c'est vraiment là-dessus qu'on met l'emphase. En fait, voilà.
D'accord. Bon, ben merci. C'est juste parce qu'au cas où que peut-être qu'il ait fait des victimes lorsqu'il n'était pas en femme, peut-être que ça serait intéressant aussi de regarder.
Ben oui, absolument. Ben, c'est pour ça que les 2 photos ont été publiées.
Ah, d'accord. I also called Statistic Canada to ask an extremely important question. If this person is eventually found guilty, how will the sexual crime be recorded in the statistic? Under women or under men? Well, brace yourselves. The crime will be recorded according to the gender the individual identifies with. Listen to what they wrote. Police services record a person's gender as it is lived and expressed rather than their sex at birth. According to Statistic Canada, this approach better reflects the diversity of the population, and the impact on statistics is expected to be minimal because transgender people represent such a small proportion of the population. Minimal? Really? Women commit very few sexual crimes. Yet, according to a study published by the Government of Canada, 82% of gender-diverse offenders with a history of sexual offenses were transgender women. And you seriously think this will not affect the data? Here is another interesting fact. Statistics Canada says that all crimes except homicides are categorized according to declared gender rather than sex at birth. So why, when it comes to homicides, is sex at birth taken into consideration? Why the exception? The Canadian system has become a real joke where a biologically male individual can be counted as a female criminal simply because that person decided to put makeup. Today, I have serious questions about the reliability and interpretation collected by Statistics Canada, because woke ideology has infiltrated institutions that are supposed to be crucial for understanding the reality of crime in this country. As I said, when we lose track of reality, we lose the society. Thanks for watching. It was Alexa for Rebel News. We need to stop this trans madness and this gender ideology, but we need to start at the school system and especially for the children. If you agree, go and sign our petition at stopclassroomgrooming.com. Sign the petition, make your voice heard. We need to stop this madness.